We're going to make a pate de choux pastry dough, and then we're going to make a chocolate ganache. And then we're going to put them all together for, you guessed it, the French eclair. We're going to start off with the pate de choux. First, we're going to add our milk, 1 cup of water, and 1 cup of butter to the saucepan. And we're going to put it on a high flame. Cook that until all those ingredients are dispersed and incorporated together. So now that you have your butter, milk, and water mixture brought to a simmer, you're going to reduce your flame to medium, keeping it right there at that simmer. We're going to take all of our flour and add it all at once. You're just going to keep working that in until you see no white dry flour. You're going to see little clumps. Work with your spatula, pressing them against the side of the pan to get rid of those clumps. Work it for a minute or two. Ready. I like to bring a sheet pan, laying it flat out on a sheet tray. This cuts down on the time it takes to cool. We definitely want to cool this down to about 90 degrees. We're adding eggs directly to this, so if we added the eggs right now, the eggs would scramble and the dough would never come together, so we need to have this cooled. Okay, so now I've got our dough cooled to under 100, it's about 90 degrees. We're going to add it to the stand mixer, the paddle attachment. The pate de choux is one of these recipes that's so important. You can make cream puffs, eclairs, gougères on the savory side. Important to learn the technique. I'm gonna lock that. We're gonna start the mixer, adding our eggs one at a time. We're gonna add the eggs one at a time, giving it about 20 seconds to let it incorporate. Once all the eggs are added, this dough is gonna be super silky and pliable. We're gonna be able to add this to a piping bag so we can pipe our different shapes. You'll be able to see when the egg is incorporated. You'll see no more yolk. Once you start to see the dough sort of slide around the edge of the bowl and the paddle, you know you're getting close. Load it to our piping bag. We can put it in a storage container if we're making cream puff. You can store this for a few days covered in the refrigerator. We're going to load ours right to a piping bag. We're going to get our parchment lined sheet tray. And what we're going to do is brush some water directly to the parchment paper before we pipe our eclair shells on. What this is going to do is create a little bit of steam while they bake, and it's going to promote browning. We're going to take our bag, squeeze with the palm from the top, and guide with my non-dominant hand. And there we go. We've got a more even flow. Squeeze with the palm and fingers of your dominant hand and guide with your non-dominant hand. After piping your pate de choux into the eclair shape, a quick tip to make them all look uniform. When you pipe them out, you're going to have a little points when you pull the bag away. So you could just take a little water on the ends and press those tips down. And there we have it. A beautiful eclair shell.